Hey everyone, it is Tuesday, April 7th, 2020 at 1:09 p.m. Eastern Time. Good to see everybody. Just giving it a second. Guys, death in the family is really hard. Unfortunately, we all have to deal with that sooner or later, but all of us leave behind final expenses like funeral costs, medical bills, and other debt. The average funeral alone is between $8,000 and $9,000. Having no insurance when you die can leave your loved ones with a massive bill to deal with, and no one wants that. So take control of your family's destiny today and have the satisfaction they'll be financially taken care of. Go to ratefamily.com and get a free quote. No waiting, 100% benefits. Even if you've been turned down before, they guarantee coverage for everyone. And some members pay as low as $36 a month due to income. So go to ratefamily.com. or call 1-855-919-RATE. You will be glad that you did. Hey guys. Hope everyone's doing well. Thank you, Rate Family, by the way, too. Boo! I am so not used to video, but I figure, why not? Why not? I'm going to bring some folks in to join us today. Hello to my Facebook DLive Twitter friends. Hi, everyone. I'm reading the chat, so if it looks like I'm looking to the side, that's why. I just wanted to go over some stuff with you today real quick. I have a very busy day, which is a blessing, a very big blessing. Wanted to chat with you for a little bit, one-on-one. I'm actually logged into my website right now, which is not what I want. Not what I want. Sorry. Okay. There have been some weird things going on with the website. I'm trying to work through with the team. We're working on it. So if for some reason you go to uncoverdc.com and it just doesn't load, hang in there. There's been a lot of weird stuff going on behind the scenes, guys. So just hang in there, bear with me, and we'll get through it all. I just want to let you know this morning I put up an article by Celia Farber, which is super interesting. Here it is. Was the COVID-19 test meant to detect a virus? This is an interesting article. Celia has done a lot of work with folks in the scientific community, so to speak, I guess you can say. I'm trying to get comfortable here. Yeah, so she's done a ton of work with those folks, and this article is really something. Before I continue, it does not say there's no coronavirus going around. It does not say that there's no illness. Please, if you're reading this and you're thinking that this is the point, no, absolutely not. In addition, there are several different ways that testing is being used, but this is one of them, the RCP test. So read through this piece. It is lengthy. But Celia worked very closely with Carrie B. Mullis, who's the doctor, who was a scientist who created that test. Really, really important. Really interesting information. She also speaks to some scientists who are still with us in the article. Again, it is not an article that you say, oh, I've got 10 minutes before the press conference for the president starts later. I was going to say before I go pick my kids up from school, but as we know, that's not happening. So definitely take some time, grab a cup of coffee, read this article. I was blessed to have just appeared on Liquid Lunch on Newsmax TV to talk about the last article, which you guys kind of rode through with me, which is, could the CDC data prove that the COVID-19 infections in November were actually the peak beginning of this? And I spoke to him about that. I am also going to be on with Joe Pags this evening at 4:30. I'm not sure. I think 5:30 or 4:30. 4:30 for an interview. His show will air later on this evening at around 7, but live on the radio at that time. And then I have another interview today at 5:30, which is radio only. And then tomorrow I've got 4. So it's definitely a hot topic that a lot of people want to hear about. I wouldn't be able to do any of this stuff if it weren't for you. And I don't say that like in some stupid ass cliche way. I really mean it. And I don't get to look at you guys in the face very often and tell you, None of this would be happening without you. You are fantastic, amazing, wonderful teammates through all of this. And getting this information out to the broader American public is what's really important, especially when it's coming from the CDC, which is what this is. So there's that one. Then there was another article that a lot of people started sending me when I published mine, which was on Medium. It was called "The Curve is Already Flat." And it was written by AJK, who is a beautiful person. She's on Twitter. You can find her at, I think it's AJK Writer. I should probably find that before I talk about it. But I reached out to her after they took this piece down from Medium and asked if she would be okay with me republishing it here on Uncover DC. And she was. So I did. It is here in its glory. Will not come down. It will remain here forever. So if you wanted to catch that Medium article that was in archive, or was archived on the internet, it's right on Uncover DC for you with the credits of the author. All the charts are in there. She says basically the same thing that I said, which she uses different information, goes a little bit more in depth, but she echoes the same sentiment, and I thought that I should try to give her the voice that was stolen from her by Medium. Medium is taking down a ton of content all about this. If you want to talk about this, you can't put it on Medium. I also wanted to thank everybody too, because I have been getting a flood of contacts through the website, which I try to answer every single one of. And I do a pretty good job. If you have a sincere tip about a story, or if you are a whistleblower, or you have documented information that you can share with Uncover DC for a story, that in email is tips@uncoverdc.com. Tips@uncoverdc.com. Because I've gotten a lot of really good stuff coming into that email box, especially from folks who were sick in November and December and wrote in to explain that they weren't tested positive for the flu, etc. Some even were kind enough to share medical records to prove that. So that's really interesting as well. Things are heated. There's a lot going on. This article, How is the CCP Leveraging COVID-19, came out on April 4th over the weekend by Stu. Stu is amazing. You can find him on Twitter at StuInSD. And this article goes through literally the entire, it's a white paper on how the CCP is using this virus. Don't miss this. I mean, you guys can go to the website and subscribe to the newsletter. It only comes out if new content is uploaded on the website, and it comes out once every evening. And I think there's been one time where I have sent an email out to my email list that was not, it was just to let them know that I was launching Uncover DC, and that was it. It wasn't like anything else. So that is really the only time I use those blasts is to give you content. So if you want to know everything and anything that's going on and everything and anything that's coming up on the website, or what I'm doing, or what Brian's doing, or what anyone's doing, go subscribe to the mailing list. It's right here. And then, of course, you can see our team. And there's more. There's much more coming. We're going to be launching some really cool stuff in the next couple weeks. Make sure you keep your eyes peeled. I am more excited than ever to continue this work and make sure that people get the information that they need to make informed decisions. So it has been sort of interesting. Whenever I say anything on social media that is, oh, look, my screensaver went off. I always hate that when that happens. There we go. Sorry about that. It's always interesting to me, the responses I get when I say something that folks can perceive to be a slight against the president. And the majority of the things that I've said over the past month or so have not been slights at the president, actually. But they've been taken as such. I did have issue with a few of the things that have happened, but that's just me as a longtime political person speaking out. And I just wanted to, it's hard when people get mad at you for sharing your opinion, but I guess that's just the way it goes, you know what I mean? And it's fine. I'm okay with it. Everybody, if you don't like something I say or do, please, by all means, let me know, because I need to know that stuff. Oh, here I am. Look at that. But anyway, I digress. It's just been a little bit antsy out there lately. It's been a little bit antsy. And people are on edge, of course. But here's what I want to show you something. I just wanted to go through some stuff with you today. Nothing serious or anything like that. This is funny. Let's listen to this together, guys.
Say to the Americans.
This is Beth Stuckey.
Question here.
Stuckey doing her parody of what happens at these press conferences with the president. Here we go.
What do you say to the Americans who accuse you of being a terrible person? Mr. President, I have it on good authority that the reason why Dr. Fauci isn't here is because you and Vice President Pence threw him in a dungeon with crocodiles and alligators. Is there any truth to that? Do you ever worry, Mr. President, that you're acting too much like a fascist dictator? Why aren't you acting more like a fascist dictator? I wanted to know why you physically poured fish tank cleaner down the throats of the Arizona couple, and if you'll be facing charges for that. Do you care that people are starving right now? Why haven't you shut down the grocery stores? Your silence on the 2 tigers that have contracted COVID-19 is deafening, and I don't even have a question. I just wanted to let you know. Thank you so much. Why do you keep bringing up hydroxychloroquine when there is a 0.00007% chance that someone could have an adverse reaction? I mean, why risk that? President Trump, as you know, there is a lot going on in the world right now, a lot of death, a lot of sadness, a lot of chaos and confusion, which just leads me to the most important question, which is, why are you so mean to the media? Yes, why don't you shake hands with people? Don't you think it's kind of rude? I'm just wondering why you're not wearing a full hazmat suit and what kind of example you think that sets for the American people. So China has dealt with this just absolutely amazingly. I mean, they shut people inside their homes to the point where some of the people died just to stop this virus. And I'm just wondering, why that's not on the table here. Do you not care? Is there a reason why you're not hand making these ventilators yourself? Yes, thanks. So I'm just looking for rough timeline of when you think we could probably get back to reporting on the real news, which is the war on journalism. One more very straightforward, totally objective, looking for the truth, no ulterior motives behind this. What is your defense to the people? I don't know who, but the people who say that you're an idiot.
She was doing a parody of what it's like at these press conferences nowadays. That was hysterical. I saw it this morning. We need a laugh. Really good. Her name is Beth Stuckey. She's really funny. But why I was showing you that is because, and I have a ton of messages coming in. Okay. Which is because, here we go. Of this. Listen to this. This is my governor in South Carolina.
Churches to do their services online.
Here we go.
Very beginning. Yes, ma'am.
Governor, you encourage churches to do their services online. Well, a church in Charleston held a service yesterday of more than 100 people who were not social distancing. The pastor said it's his constitutional right to keep it open until the governor says otherwise. Are you going to ask to stop the service? Why or why not? And does this constitute a danger to the public safety?
I can't speak for other governors, but this governor is not going to intrude on the First Amendment. That is an absolute right. We are encouraging pastors and others in any house of worship, any congregation of any kind, to use social distancing. That is, go online. Peggy and I go online with the First Presbyterian Church in Columbia. It's a little different because you don't have the whole choir singing, and there aren't but 3 or 4 people in the church. It's a big church, but it works. It's good, but do it that way. Or have the service outside with social distancing, or if you must have a congregation under a roof, then use that social distancing. But that First Amendment right is very important, just like the others, and we're respecting that.
The man talked more about the Constitution during his press conference yesterday than I think anybody has in a really long time. And it was refreshing. Yes, we are now in this sort of weird don't go anywhere guidance, but most people weren't really going anywhere anyway. They said they saw increased traffic here in South Carolina over the past couple days, and so they were a little concerned about that, but he was asked a little bit after this why gun stores are still open, and he said, because that's the Second Amendment, it's just as important as the other ones. And I said, thank God I live here. Thank God. I just wanted to tell you, South Carolina has it together. Coming from New York down here, the response to natural disaster, the response to things like this, these people have their ducks in a row. They know what the hell they're doing. End of story. They have plans, and then plans on top of plans, and then plans for those plans in case those plans don't work out. And you feel good. You feel good. You feel like, okay, the people that I elected to represent me are doing a good job of it. Just saying. So I wanted to show you that. What else? I had something else I was thinking when I popped on live here to show you. Oh, if you guys aren't listening to the podcast for some reason, a lot of people sometimes don't even realize I do one. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I do with Frank from the Quite Frankly podcast. We do the Dark to Light podcast with Frank and Beans. And it's on every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 2:30 Eastern Time on TuneIn, Stitcher, Apple iTunes, Google Podcasts, and iHeartRadio. You can go to uncoverdc.com and get it, or you can go to radioinfluence.com and get it. So, yes. Little background, because a lot of people don't know. I lived my entire life in New York until I was in my early 30s-ish. 33, 35. I don't remember when I moved here. Gigi will remember, because Gigi moved to Florida at the same time. Me and Gigi used to live in Long Island together, and then we moved out of there quickly in rapid fashion. So I moved. I was a lifelong New Yorker, and I know what it's like there all too well. Play some violin music. Not good. So, I guess that's it. I wanted to hop on. Wanted to show you my face, say hello, send you a smile, tell you what's going on the website. Make sure you are aware of all the content that's going up there, like literally 3 and 4 times a day. Brian Cates did a really good piece too, where he put together all of the information on what private industries have stepped up to help and how. That's something that hasn't really been focused on. And I have a good friend named Lindsay who thought it would be a good idea to stick this stuff up here. So I wanted to give that to you. Brian wrote that for us as well. We're busy, very, very busy, working hard. We'll continue to work hard. Won't ever stop working hard. We'll continue to do this until the media is different. And then after it's different, keep it with integrity. And this is what we're doing together, folks. All of us as one big happy family. So thank you so much for tuning in today. I'll try and do this more often. I always say that and I never do. And it's just very nerve-wracking for me to sit here in front of a camera. I don't like it. I don't like it. Anyway, love you guys. Stay safe.